Casper says, "Are you all right, Master Andreas?" Player says, "What?" Casper says, "Are you all right, Master Andreas?" Player says, "Yes, thank you. I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. It doesn't come easily anymore." Casper says, "Oh. Would you like me to leave you alone?" Player says, "No, Casper. It's not necessary, there's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like so many things." Guy says, "Andreas Mailer. I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been in Nuremberg for these last 7 years?" Player says, "No. Nuremberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad." Option 1 of 4 Poland. Andreas knows some Polish, bits of Czech and Hungarian, and can reference cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague, and Buda. Option 2 of 4 England. Andreas knows some English and can reference cultural touchstones from London and other parts of Britain. Option 3 of 4 France. Andreas knows French and can reference cultural touchstones from Paris, Tours, and Dijon. Option 4 of 4 Aragon. Andreas knows some Spanish and bits of Arabic and can reference cultural touchstones from Barcelona and Valencia. Option 1 of 4 Poland. Andreas knows some Polish, bits of Czech and Hungarian, and can reference cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague, and Buda. I was in Krakow, the court of King Sigismund. He has a great passion for humanism as well as new Italian and German art. Guy says, "Did you have occasion to paint the king's physician, Jacob Isaac?" Player says, "Not to paint, but I did meet him. I was surprised to learn King Sigismund had ennobled him. An interesting man. You don't meet many Jews in nobility in Poland or elsewhere." Guy says, "Poland is one of the few places Jews may live in peace, provided the king doesn't have a change of heart." Player says, "I'm surprised you care at all." Guy says, "In any case, it seems time and fortune have been kind to you." Option 1 of 3 I apologize for not writing ahead of time. My mind has been distracted. Option 2 of 3 sorry to just drop in unannounced. It wasn't planned. I was just passing through. Option 3 of 3 I suppose 7 years is a long time. Option 1 of 3 I apologize for not writing ahead of time. My mind has been distracted. Guy says, "Well, your distraction has become our responsibility, I suppose. Anyway, I'm surprised a man of your wealth has time to visit a small country abbey. Though I suspect your frugality won't permit you to donate anything to your former employer." Option 1 of 2 There it is, Casper. Brother Guy has a spirit as bitter as lemon and sour as old milk. Option 2 of 2 You haven't changed at all. Still the same asshole. Option 1 of 2 There it is, Casper. Brother Guy has a spirit as bitter as lemon and sour as old milk. Guy says, "You would too if you were trapped in this drafty old pile of rubble. If you'll follow me, I'll show you to the guest house. Your boy may stay as well, of course." Option 1 of 2 Many thanks. Lead the way. Option 2 of 2 He is my apprentice, Casper, and we appreciate the hospitality. Cloister. Casper says, "When was the last time someone stayed here? Everything's so musty." Master Andreas, how did you come to be so well known at Kiersaw? I thought you spent your Wanderjahr in Basel. Player says, "I did, but I finished them here, earning money in the scriptorium while I finished my masterpiece." Casper says, "Really? I didn't think abbeys still had scriptoria." Player says, "They don't, and Kiersaw doesn't anymore, for better or worse. I suppose I should tell you, there was a murder at the abbey while I was here." Casper says, "What? Really?" Option 1 of 2 It was a dreadful affair. Option 2 of 2 This may sound strange, but it was thrilling. Option 1 of 2 It was a dreadful affair. Player says, "Father Gernot panicked and accused my friend, Brother Pierrot, of committing the crime. I did some searching and managed to convince the archdeacon that someone else was the murderer. The town stonemason, Lucky Steinauer, died for the crime. Casper says you got someone killed. Option 1 of 4 No. I collected evidence and presented it truthfully. The archdeacon is the one who made the ruling. Option 2 of 4 Yes. Option 3 of 4 It was that or let an innocent man die. Option 4 of 4 You know, it was a long time ago. I really don't want to talk about it. Option 1 of 4 No. I collected evidence and presented it truthfully. The archdeacon is the one who made the ruling. Casper says well, you couldn't let your friend die. Why didn't you mention it before? That must have been a terrible situation to be in. Option 1 of 2 I made some missteps in my time at Kearsarge, but I saved my friend's life in the end. Option 2 of 2 Hard, yes, but also, exhilarating. Option 1 of 2 I made some missteps in my time at Kearsarge, but I saved my friend's life in the end. Casper says so what are we doing in Tassing now? Player says I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Pierrot. And, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take toward home is agonizing. Casper says but, Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. Option 1 of 3 I know. It must be hard to believe. I was once very much like you. Option 2 of 3 All that I have accomplished is my work, yes. Now I am left hollow, with nothing else left. Option 3 of 3 I thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was my dream. Option 1 of 3 I know. It must be hard to believe. I was once very much like you. Player says once, I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. Option 1 of 2 I want life as an artist to be better for you, Casper. Learn from my mistakes, alright? Option 2 of 2 So this is what you have to look forward to, Casper. A life of disappointment. Option 1 of 2 I want life as an artist to be better for you, Casper. Learn from my mistakes, alright? Casper says alright. Yes, Master Andreas. Option 1 of 2 I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Casper. Option 2 of 2 Well. Option 1 of 2 I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Casper. Player says come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. Casper says as you like, Master Andreas. Go to bed. Player says I'm not tired yet. Perhaps after Compline. Guest house. Lower Abbey. Guest house. Abbey house. Guest house. Abbey. Lower Abbey. Church. Cloister. Church. Lower Abbey. Shrine. Convent garden. Shrine. Lower Abbey. Middle. Pet Schlau. Pet Schlau. Pet Schlau. Otto says just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Martin says Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the abbot. Otto says would you prefer the alternative? Martin says you don't need to do that, Otto. I understand, I'm just say. Otto says. Andreas? Andreas Mailer? It's good to see you again, old friend. Player says Otto. You're looking well. This is my apprentice, Casper Ziegler, from Salzburg. Casper says good day. Otto says ah, that answers that. I thought he might be your son. Option 1 of 3 we don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. Option 2 of 3 no, no. Not yet. Option 3 of 3 I've only been married 7 years, Otto. Option 1 of 3 we don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. Otto says they grow fast enough around here. Eva and I just had our first. Little Otto, though we call him OTZ. Option 1 of 2 congratulations to you both. That's wonderful news. Option 2 of 2 after yourself? Otto says after my dad. He lived to see my boy born. Even long enough to play with him. It was another stroke, Dr. Stahls said. He went fast. It's been a trial with him gone, but Clara and Ursula help out where they can. Option 1 of 2 I am sorry to hear about your father. Option 2 of 2 Shame. Option 1 of 2 I am sorry to hear about your father. Otto says that's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free of his aches and pains. I know Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? Option 1 of 2 I am sorry, things got busy after I left Tassing. Option 2 of 2 sigh and look at the ground. Option 1 of 2 I am sorry, things got busy after I left Tassing. Martin says sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. Option 1 of 2 I feel like I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Option 2 of 2 OTTO, aren't you going to introduce me to your friend? Otto says this is Martin, of course. Martin Bauer. Can't you tell? Martin says oh, it's fine, Otto. It's been 7 years and I was so much smaller then. Also, no beard. Ha. Option 1 of 2 yes, of course. Hello, Martin. Option 2 of 2 UVE, grown. Option 1 of 2 yes, of course. Hello, Martin. Martin says hello. Sorry to run, but I have to get these sheep back to the farm. As much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto, I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas, until later. Option 1 of 2 UNTIL then. Option 2 of 2 GOOD to see you, Martin. Player says the last time I saw Martin was in this meadow. He was sneezing. Seemed to hate being here. Even his mother, Kot, said that he always sneezed when he was in the meadow. Strange. Is it strange, or are you just confused? Option 1 of 2 I know what I saw. Option 2 of 2 am I confused? Option 1 of 2 I know what I saw. Player says are you sure? Option 1 of 2 UNTIL then. Option 2 of 2 GOOD to see you, Martin. Otto says pain in my ass. Option 1 of 3 what's this about a meeting? Option 2 of 3 is something happening in town? Option 3 of 3 I can't believe how much Martin's changed. Option 2 of 3 is something happening in town? Otto says you've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. Option 1 of 2 actually, I was just on my way to see Klaus. Option 2 of 2 I'll consider it. Thanks. Option 1 of 2 actually, I was just on my way to see Klaus. Otto says tell him to come, too. He's been dragging his feet. Until later. Player says brother Wojcislaw uses thyme in almost all of the abbey's cooking. Maybe because it grows so easily here. Church and Druckers. Smokey's home. Forest. With Father Gernot's new restrictions, the townsfolk can't even gather sticks without a fee. Meadow. Shrine of Saint Sasha. Forest. Trying to sink waterfall. The waterfall must flow down from the snow melt in the mountains above the abbey. Old salt mine. Waterfall. Old salt mine. Forest. Trying to sink mill. Forest. Vegetable mill. Ruins. Mill. 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 Ruins. Morehouse. Church. Outer farms. Mill. Outer farms. Mill. Golden Hand Inn. Meadow. Killian. Nico. Samuel. Samuel. Nico. Killian. Killian says good day, Master Mailer. Killian. Killian. Good day, Master Mailer. Nico. Nico says hello and welcome to the Golden Hand. I am Nico Berger. I own this land house and run it with my wife, Hannah, and our son, Killian. I believe you are Master Mailer. Yes? Andreas Mailer, the famous artist from Nuremberg? Option 1 of 3 yes. Option 2 of 3 someone has exaggerated my fame. Option 3 of 3 how do you know who I am? Option 2 of 3 someone has exaggerated my fame. Nico says nonsense. You're certainly famous among the people of Tassing. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here a few years back. Option 1 of 2 yes. I worked for the Abbey as an artist. Option 2 of 2 and Option 1 of 2 yes. I worked for the Abbey as an artist. Nico says I see. I heard that you were involved in solving a murder. Option 1 of 3 yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. Option 2 of 3 are you trying to ask me to solve a murder? Option 3 of 3 say nothing. Option 1 of 3 yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. Nico says I heard it was the town stonemason, revenge for a love affair gone wrong. Option 1 of 3 all right. Option 2 of 3 love affair? No, that's not. Where did you hear that? Option 3 of 3 I don't want to talk about it. Option 2 of 3 love affair? No, that's not. Where did you hear that? Nico says bits and pieces that people have said here and there. Option 1 of 2 well, it's wrong. Option 2 of 2 it sounds like the story has changed in the last 7 years. Option 1 of 2 well, it's wrong. Nico says I meant no offense, Master Mailer. I just find it to be an interesting story. Option 1 of 2 it's not a story, it's something that happened. 2 people died. Option 2 of 2 I have to go. Option 1 of 2 it's not a story, it's something that happened. 2 people died. Nico says of course, of course. Again, I meant no offense. Well, I'll leave you to your day. Until later. Player says until then. Nico. Nico says hello, Andreas. Hannah. Nico. Samuel. Samuel says hello, Andreas. Nico. Killian. Hannah. Hannah says hello, Master Mailer. Hannah. Meadow. Golden Hand Inn. Church and Druckers. Meadow. Forest. Meadow. Thomas. Thomas says Andreas. I had heard you were back in Tassing. God bless you. Option 1 of 2 God bless you, Father Thomas. It is good to see you again. Option 2 of 2 God morning, Father Thomas. You're not going to try to get me to come to Mass, are you? Option 1 of 2 God bless you, Father Thomas. It is good to see you again. Thomas says hopefully this visit will be less eventful than your last. Tassing has enough going on as it is. We have our bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People get up to all sorts of mischief. And then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Guy says not to mention the grumbling the peasants are making. Thomas says that's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guest with such things. Guy says I'm sure if there is trouble, Master Mailer will be the first to stick his nose in it. Option 1 of 2 Why are you always such an asshole? Option 2 of 2 Say nothing. Guy says it's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. The people in town resented the Abbey for Lucky Steinauer's death. It probably contributed to their current agitation. They blame the Abbey for his death, when they should blame you, since you're the one who testified against him. It would have been better for everyone if you had simply allowed Brother Pierrot to die. After all, he only had a few years left anyway. Option 1 of 3 Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Option 2 of 3 You re a buffoon and a coward who hides behind his habit. Option 3 of 3 Stare menacingly at him. Option 1 of 3 Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Guy says save the scripture for someone who cares. I just wanted you to know how much destruction you left in your wake. Thomas says friends. There's no need for such ire. Guy says I forgive me, Father Thomas. I let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. I actually came to speak to you on the abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father Gernot would like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning if you are interested in purchasing some of our books. Option 1 of 2 Why didn't you tell me that when I was at the Abbey? Option 2 of 2 The Abbey's finances must be dire if Father Gernot is selling off the library. Option 1 of 2 Why didn't you tell me that when I was at the Abbey? Guy says I can't know the mind of the Father Abbot. I just do what he asks. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. If you could come by tomorrow morning, Mother Illuminata can show you what's available. Player says Mother Illuminata? Guy says yes, since Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago. Option 1 of 2 HOW Did she die? Option 2 of 2 WELL, I suppose Illuminata knows the library better than anyone. Option 1 of 2 HOW Did she die? Guy says peacefully, in her sleep. So, tomorrow morning? Option 1 of 2 Yes, but I can't guarantee I'll buy anything. Option 2 of 2 I'll come by to take a look. Option 1 of 2 Yes, but I can't guarantee I'll buy anything. Guy says oh, I don't care. Father Gernot just sees this as an opportunity. And Andreas. I apologize for my harsh words before. It was rash. Brother Pierrot was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him. Option 1 of 2 I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Option 2 of 2 Nod. Option 1 of 2 I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Thomas says excellent. I'm so glad you two were able to work things out. Guy says. Oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church? Thomas says yes, I think so. Why? Guy says a private matter. Thomas says oh, of course. Guy says until tomorrow. God bless you, Andreas. Martin Bauer and Widow Kemperin. Our Lady of the Mill. Martin Bauer and Widow Kemperin. Player says the rothouse construction is going smoothly. I wonder if they'll finish it before winter. Anton. Anton says hello, Master Mailer, Johann Bauer Farm. Town Common, Central, Drucker House. Church and Druckers. Church and Druckers. Church and Druckers. Klaus, Magdalene. Magdalene says, Ba. Ba. Klaus. Klaus says. Andreas. Option 1 of 3. I am sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. Option 2 of 3. CLAUS. You're not really mad, are you? Option 3 of 3. I don't want to bother you, but I was passing through. Option 1 of 3. I am sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. Klaus says 7 years. 7 years and nothing from my friend Andreas. First Bert, then Marie just after Magdalene was born. My wife always thought highly of you. I can't believe you didn't write back after I told you they had passed. Option 1 of 3. I am sorry. I should have written. Option 2 of 3. I didn't know what to say. Option 3 of 3. Say nothing. Option 1 of 3. I am sorry. I should have written. Klaus says yes, you should have. Too late for that now, though. Magdalene says book be bobo. Casper says oh. Hello. Klaus says. She likes you. Player says, your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? Klaus says the 12 articles. They were originally written by Swabian peasants who were demanding changes from their lords. Klaus says freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt and use the woods as God intended, freedom from compulsory labor, abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Bavaria isn't Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid for the peasants of Tassing. Option 1 of 2 THIS must be what Otto is talking about later. He wanted me to bring you along. Option 2 of 2 so this is Otto's cause. Option 1 of 2 THIS must be what Otto is talking about later. He wanted me to bring you along. Klaus says yes, he's asked. I may come, I may not. The abbot has been squeezing the peasants for years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk, and we're pushing back. Their cause is righteous, Andreas. If you haven't seen the Gerdners lately, you should visit them. Player says and Otto had you print these? Klaus says yes. Why? Player says well, I didn't think he could read. Klaus says he can't, but just about everyone else in town can. He speaks. I print. Just trying to do my part, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm still not in the mood for this late reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow. You should go to the Commons, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. Option 1 of 2 I understand. Until later, Klaus. Option 2 of 2 of course. I will see you then. Be good while we're gone, Magdalene. Casper says will you be good? Magdalene says gab gab jouru. Drucker House.